Hey, Easy Agent Pros, welcome to this episode of EAP TV. I'm Tyler, and today we're going to be dissecting 3 ways that you can steal leads from Zillow. Let's get into it. Real estate is that you actually have so many examples out there of people doing well online, and the cool thing about websites is you can actually look at it. Like marketing, you can't hide marketing just because of what it is. It's marketing, it's there on the web. So I'm going to break down 3 tips very quickly, show you exactly what Zillow is doing correctly, what you can do to steal leads from their website. So let's get into it. Tip number 1. So the first thing that you can see on Zillow's website that you probably should find a way to copy in your own real estate business is their blog. Right? Tip number 1 is look at their blog. Look at the dates they're publishing. You can see they're doing 1 to 2 articles a day. Look at what they're talking about, and then reverse engineer why they're doing that, right? So if you look at the content they're talking about things that increase the number, like the awareness of people buying and selling, so that they become the one-stop website for people all over the United States, Canada, internationally to go and learn about real estate. So what you can do to make that better is you can actually take those blog articles and make it the best stuff on your site for your local location, right? You don't just want to copy and go out there and input blogs on your site. You need to go out there and make those blogs better. And the way I like to do that is this thing called 3-up. And we'll get into that in the next segment about like how to make that better. But basically what you need to do is you find a blog like this one and you make it better in 3 ways. Let's do that, right? We can make that better through making it more local. We can make that better through adding a video to it. And we can make that better by making it more specific. Maybe making it, better in terms of like how to save more money instead of just a general article. So that's the first thing you got to consider. You have to have these blog articles online because that's where people are finding their information, and that's sort of the top of the funnel where you can get started in terms of getting more traffic to your site to start the whole lead conversion process. Which brings us to tip number 2, lead conversion process. What the heck does that mean? If you want leads online, you need landing pages, and you need to master the art of landing pages. Let's look at Zillow's site. You'll notice over here, they have a seller's landing page. All this stuff basically helps them get more leads. All a landing page is at its core is an offer with a form, right? Saying you'll get this if you give me this, and that is their information to follow up with them. So what you'll want to do, and what we'll break down later in this video, is how to build a landing page. That's tip number 2. You want leads from your website, you need to build landing pages. There's a stat out there, websites that have 30 or more landing pages get 10x leads. Right? And it's just because they've experimented that many more times with what converts in their area. So I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video. And that brings us to tip number 3 for stealing leads from Zillow. And that really boils down to Google. Google traffic is one of the best things out there when it comes to getting more leads because it is free. And so what you need to do is you need to find a way with your website to start ranking for some niche real estate locations nearby to show up on the first page like this. And the best, easiest way to do this is to get as specific as possible, right? Just like when we talked about blogging, you don't want to write the 10 ways to buy a new home because then you're going to get buyers from all over the world, right? And that's not really going to really help your business. You need to get as niche as possible. Don't go with the city, don't go with the neighborhood, go with a really specific area at first. Think maybe a new building development, a new community outside of town. Go with these really niche things because you can rank a site on the first page for those a lot easier than you can other stuff. So those are the 3 big tips to start stealing leads from Zillow. We're gonna hop over to my computer and I'm gonna break each one of those down super slowly. If you're watching this on Facebook, click the YouTube link. You can actually, in the description on YouTube, you can click the timestamps and go to the exact time where I talk about each tip in depth. So let's hop over to my computer and I'll show you how to take action on all 3 of these tips. Alright, so welcome to my computer. As you can see, the first tip we're going to go deep into is blogging. If you're on YouTube, you can go up to the description, and if you want to see landing pages, tip number 2, or if you want to see tip number 3, our conversation about Google, you can simply click on that timestamp and you'll be taken right to that section. But tip number 1 is blogging. And if you'll notice on Zillow's blog, what they're doing here is they're writing 2 blog articles per day. You'll see the 16th of September and the 16th, 15th, and right here the 15th, 14th, 14th, which means this big, huge, publicly traded billion-dollar company commits to writing 2 blogs a day because it helps them, right? And the reason it helps them is if you come down here, you see where it says most shared stories? These are the stories that people are sharing on Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. You'll see renters, are you ready to buy a home? That one got 2,000 shares on Facebook. So what that means is when those people share it, people that they're friends with on Facebook then will see it and can click back to their site, thus getting them traffic. And then when you build the landing pages and stuff, you can convert the leads off of that. So let's take this specific blog post since it did so well. It's one of the most shared stories today on September 16th, 2016. You'll see it was written 3 days ago. And if you're sitting there and you're wondering, okay, this is great, but how do I use blogging for my own real estate business? I'm going to show you right now. So here's my real estate blog. You'll see I have my blogs here, my entire website. I'm using a lead site. They're made by EasyAgentPro. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into it and we're going to make a draft for a blog that's going to go right here. So once you're logged in, you're just going to go over here to posts, and these are where all the blog posts go. You see I can edit them or I can add new ones, whatever I would like. I'm going to click add new because we're going to make a new one. So I'm going to just take this title here and I'm not going to steal it. We're going to make it better. And if you remember, we talked about 3 up. So we're going to make this better in 3 ways. Number 1, we're going to find a way to make this local. Number 2, we're going to find a way to tie this to something that they need or want. And then number 3, we're going to make it more specific. And you're going to have to deal with my spelling because it is absolutely terrible the second I hit record on my computer. So renters, are you ready to buy a home? So you're probably a real estate agent in a specific market, right? So to make this specific, it gets really easy. You're not talking to all renters everywhere in the United States or even Canada or even the world, right? You're talking to people in a specific city, most often even a specific zip code or set of 3 zip codes. So you can do that in a couple ways. Renters, you can throw right here. So you can say Brookside renters. So a small section. Are you ready to buy a home? So what's something that people who want to buy a home need or want, right? You basically can break it down into money, kids, love, happiness, and greed / envy. And you've pretty much got the things that people want. Are you ready to buy a home and have that backyard for the kids? Are you ready to buy a home and stop seeing rent go through the roof? Do you see how it's so easy with these 5 things to make this really pretty popular article more specific to your area and then better in terms of needing and wanting for people locally. So we've made it local, we've made it specific, and we've added a nice hook to it. And then what you're going to do is it's really pretty simple with the lead site here. You're just going to get a nice image that you want. We have a big stock subscription. I highly recommend it. They've got really nice images that you can just download here. You just download an image, and then what we're going to do is we'll make a couple headlines here. Why you should buy now, right? Or you can make it a question. Should you buy now? Where rent prices are going. Historical trends in Brookside. The current market. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to break down 4 different things, and these I just thought of off the top of my head, and what I'm doing is I'm centering them and then making them nice headings here. So you saw I just click here, go that, and then center them. And so this just gives you 4 things to fill in the blank. If you're a real estate agent worth your salt, you should be able to write maybe 100, 200 words in each of these little sections. And if you can do that, what you'll have is a nice blog post that's specific in relatively no time at all. And if you want to make this even better, what you can do is you can take a YouTube video. I'm going to take one from our EasyAgentPro channel, and you can even just copy that link to that YouTube video and add it to the top of your blog post here. All you have to do is go over here and have it left. There we go. Hit enter, and there's your video. So now you have 800 words of video, and that image I downloaded I'm going to set as the featured image by just dragging it and selecting it. And now if we preview this, we'll have our finished blog post here, and you can start sharing this on Facebook. It's already been proven to get traffic because it's been shared by Zillow. It's more specific for your area. It has a nice video that's really sticky. It has tons of calls to actions for generating leads on different platforms, and then you're good to go that way. So that's how blogging can be point and click simple. And the cool thing about this is that then this is live for forever, right? It's live until you take your site and business off the internet, and so you can get traffic from this for pretty much forever into the future. So that's why I really like tip number 1 and highly, highly recommend it, and why your competitors will continue to do this. Alright, so point number 2 we had here after our blog is the need for landing pages on your site, and not just like 1 or 2, but really ideally what you want to do is get up to 30. So here's Zillow. You all know, you should know at some point, like these how much your home is worth landing pages. And they used to work really well. They still sort of work. It's a bit more expensive to get the leads that way. As you see, we have one built into every lead site. But what really works well these days is when you tie content to content that gets people to your site. So for example, let's say we have this blog post we just did about renters, and we're talking about how people should rent their home themselves. One thing you can do right away on any sort of site here that we have is you can actually lock down the post itself just by putting #lock behind it. So when you share this on Facebook, you can share this version and start instantly getting leads that way. For example, you can just copy this, go over to Facebook and paste it and share it, and you can boost it and start getting leads from this landing page to the actual content we wrote back in exercise 1 to get the leads. Another thing that really works is building landing pages for different types of content, right? We have mortgage people, we have renters, we have first-time home buyers. And so what you can do is you can actually build landing pages that match these people. Let's say you want to start a referral program. You can actually complete a landing page like this for an Amazon gift card. Share this on Facebook. Let's see, we'll title it Amazon card and publish it. And now we can share it on Facebook and boost it, get people back here, get our clients back here filling out the form, and start generating leads that way. That's just one idea for how you can use landing pages. You can also make a specific landing page for this blog post. So renters learn how to save $250 per month for free fill. Right, so you can actually what you can do is you can click the redirect button, and this can go to the page, the blog post we just made over here. We'll put that right here. And then we're good to go. You can boost this on Facebook, and people who fill that out will then go over here. They'll learn this, and meanwhile, back on your site, the information that they put in will go to the lead dashboard. So landing pages are how you get the leads to you from the blog content, from the Facebook ads, from everything into your dashboard, into your CRM. And they're really the most effective way of getting in touch with people. Is getting them from that Facebook ad, from Facebook, from Twitter, from your blog, from your site to that landing page, and then getting a certain percentage of them to fill that out. So that's tip number 2. You really ideally want to have 30 of these on your website, 30 experiments running that you send traffic to find the one that works for you, that gets the leads you like to work with. And that's how easy it is if you have a lead site or a website with a landing page builder on it to make that happen. So that brings us to tip number 3. And tip number 3 is showing up on Google, right? It's really obvious when you start doing home searches that Zillow is solely focused on their marketing in showing up on the first page of Google for almost everything, right? From everything from just the newest real estate development names to the old big cities and everything, right? That's their focus, is getting Google traffic. And so what you have to do is, if you're just starting out, right, you can't go straight to the top. It's just like you starting your real estate career, right? You got to start with the first sale to get the second. You've got to start with the, one sale to become $1 million producing agent. You've got to start from square one. And the thing with Google is everyone instantly, they hear the word keyword and they think, oh, the keyword for me is Dallas homes for sale, San Diego homes for sale, Tampa homes for sale. And that's true, but there are also probably 10,000 other real estate interested people, probably agents, brokers, and brokerages in Zillow, also gunning for those big keywords. And so what I like to tell people to do is get really, really specific with their keyword, right? Pick one, focus on it so you can get that first win. And the way you do that is by going down from, Dallas to finding a new community that is just being built on the outskirts of Dallas and ranking a page for that. And one way to do that is to use this app called InstaFarm. Basically what you do is you fill in the blanks to make the pages. So for example, what you can do is you can pick a community, like I said, maybe a newer home community, and you're going to put that newer home community here up in the title, and that'll automatically put it here in the URL. Those are two big indicators to Google that this page is about that. Next, we're going to put this city and zip right here. What that actually does is this makes a Google map show up on your page. That Google map helps your rankings out a lot. You'll notice on the bottom of this page we have that area surrounded in a thing. That's done automatically for you, and it really helps your Google rankings. So you'll want to get that Google map on there. Next, a YouTube video tour. You'll notice that there's some nice lead capture on this form, and that your video goes right here, right above it. It's a pretty cool way to feature a drone video, feature whatever you're doing in that community to highlight yourself as the expert in that area without stepping on people's toes and making them watch a video and then give lead. It's a nice way to have them see a video and then have a form right there underneath it, and it really helps your SEO. Then there are just 3 text sections, and it's really fill in the blank Google rankings. You have your instant gallery here with images, and you have all your text here, and you can just fill it out about the area and then have your IDX below. So it's a nice way to have neighborhood pages that can get you ranked on Google in a very short period of time. So those are the 3 things you need to focus on doing for your website if you're trying to compete with a big entity like Zillow and all the other real estate entities in your area. You need to find a way to get those blogs, to get that landing pages that convert the leads, and then to rank on Google. Those are the 3 big tactics, really, really core big things for your business. You'll probably want to pick one to start with, but I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's shown you how you can, use these things on your current website, use these things in what you're currently doing with your marketing to grow your business and really start challenging the top producers in your area. So I'm Tyler with EasyAgentPro. Thanks for checking out this video. I'll talk with you next time.